Tonight on Missing Persons Unit, Mandy suspects an older man is hiding a runaway teen.
I'm having trouble believing you, seriously. Well, you need to have a think. We'll have a think, OK?
Guys like you are encouraging her that at 24, she's a 15-year-old girl.
A loyal son disappears while caring for his elderly father.
Very caring man, very caring from me. It's only a matter of a phone call and he'd be down here and...
You know, this is very, very strange for him to be missing for 2 days, I'll tell you that now.
Okay.
A parent's fears for their missing transgender teenager.
This is very beautiful girl, you know.
Makes her really vulnerable and really able to be easily, I suppose, put in danger without her even realising it.
No, I haven't seen her.
Haven't seen her? Family's quite worried.
And Jamie Herdman's father keeps the search for his missing son alive.
This is where his van was.
3 years after he disappeared.
You can imagine, where do you start looking?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't
I can.
just...
It's
I've
just
wandered
like
all out the roads and...
It's just a mystery.
At the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit,
It's Mandy from the Missing Persons Unit. How you going?
Oh, Mandy, OK. So
Mandy's talking to the mother of 15-year-old twin, Jade McVerry, who disappeared a day ago.
she's been trying to see this older boy, and I've been trying to explain the dangers of dating older men. And
It's a common scenario. Young girls thinking much older boys are an attractive option.
I used to make them watch the Australia's Most Wanted and Missing Persons Unit just so they were aware at a young age the dangers out there.
She's struggling at the moment, and we're going to sit down and speak to the twin sister of our missing person and try and identify some friends or people she hangs around with and try and find a daughter. And we're starting to see a pattern with a lot of cases we're getting recently that the families are actually commenting on how old their kids look. And compared to when we were young, you know, a lot of the girls do look a lot older than what they do. They dress a lot older.
When Mandy and Liz arrive at the scene, it's clear Jade's mother thinks she knows who has her daughter.
She's missing. Do you understand what that is like for a parent?
TRACEY.
Ryan is one of several much older boys who have been spending time with Jade and her twin sister.
Do you not understand? She's run away from before. Why? Because guys like you are encouraging her that at 24, she's a 15-year-old girl. You have no right, and all your friends have no right.
They're not my friends.
None of you aren't welcome here. I don't have no contact with my kids.
15 years old.
Yeah, sounds a bit, I know.
It's
How old
very
are you?
dodgy.
23.
23. It's massive. It's disturbing.
At 15 years old, Jade is still a minor, and harbouring her could lead to criminal charges.
Do you know where she is? Honestly?
Honestly, ma'am, I don't.
When did you see her
Last night when I came here.
And where did you take Jade?
I can take her anywhere. I told her to stay here. There should be text messages on Crystal's phone.
So would she answer your phone if you rang Jade? And so who do you reckon came and got her?
Probably Fred.
But Mandy's been in the police force for 21 years and knows only too well when she's not being told the complete story.
Well, I still having really trouble believing you. And if that was your kid, OK, you'd have a bit of an understanding what her mum's going through right now. I'm a mum as well, and I'll tell you what, if someone stood out here and told me that I didn't know where my daughter was and they knew, I'd be just as angry.
I do not know, ma'am.
Well, you need to have a think. We'll have a think, OK? Have a think.
Ma'am.
Because I don't believe you.
Back at New South Wales Police Headquarters,
Yeah, Senior Constable Daniel Higgins from Missing Persons Unit. How are you?
Senior Constable Daniel Higgins is speaking to Avu Woo, whose 18-year-old disappeared a week ago.
Now, I'm actually going to be trying to find your son.
But he's about to discover this is not a typical teenage runaway.
Tried to get him to this apprenticeship course for the hair salon, you know.
Oh, OK.
I told her to go all over around here, Fairfield and Liverpool, but no one take her, you know.
Can I just ask, and I don't mean this in a derogatory manner, MALISHA is male, is that right? But is
He was
a
born as a male,
but identifies as a female.
yes,
So do you refer to MALISHA as a she?
yes,
Okay, and so it's better that I do as well, is that right?
yes,
Yep, no worries. And you haven't seen us for over a week.
yeah, that's right.
That's no good. Is MALISHA your only child?
No, I got 8 kids.
8, bloody hell. You got your hands full. It must just be awful. They've obviously got a lot on their plate to deal with just normally, and to have this as well, like having their, you know, one of their children just go missing in these really unknown circumstances. I really feel for her. I just hope we can find her and try and help her out.
Back in Sydney's west, local police have arrived to assist Mandy and Liz in the search for missing 15-year-old Jade McVerry, who they suspect has run off with an older man.
He's shaking and his lips are white. He looks very pale. I just think he knows what. I don't believe him.
Just get away from me, all right? What do you expect?
23-year-old Ryan is adamant he's not responsible for Jade's disappearance, but finally suggests someone who might be.
Through someone called James.
James. What's his last name?
Gilbert.
James Gilbert. How do you know James?
He lives on the same street as me.
Right,
Been
okay.
friends for ages.
And he introduced you to Jade? Right.
I'm really worried. Just from what they've been saying, the gentleman that was here, you know, he's definitely a lot older than these girls are, and it's just doesn't feel right. So, yeah, we're really worried. We need to get to these addresses and just make sure she's not in any harm, get her home where she belongs. It's really hard trying to break through because they see you as police, they don't see you as trying to help. And we don't know for sure where she is, and we've only got their word to go on unless someone can prove otherwise.
Jade's mum, Tracy, can only hope that twin sister Crystal can see the hurt the family suffers when a child disappears.
This is what older boys do to younger girls.
But in typical teenage fashion, Crystal is still defensive of their older male friends.
Mum, we know them more than you do. Ryan's nice, okay?
I'm not going to argue, Crystal. Your sister's missing and Ryan's
I know that.
It's hard to explain to a teenager, isn't it?
Nearby, Daniel and Diana are visiting the parents of missing teenager MALISHA WOO.
How you going? Could I trouble you to tell me just a bit of background? Like, is MALISHA her birth name, or is she
Michael?
Michael. Okay.
He was born as a boy.
Yep.
I think between 12 and 14, she's James.
Between 12 and 14 years old.
Yeah, that's. She wear the girls' clothes, you know.
Yeah. So quite a while, I suppose, now.
And she put a lot of makeup, you know. This very beautiful girl, you know.
So you've obviously been very supportive, like.
Yeah, he always supported me.
Excellent.
We love all my children.
Maybe someone, you know, do silly things, you know, to hurt her, you know.
We can't eat. We can't sleep.
Do you know if she's got new friends or if she's started doing drugs or anything like that?
No.
What about since she turned 18? Has there been a change since then?
Yes.
Yeah?
She always tells us she goes to the city, you know.
Yep.
Sydney's inner city is home to one of the largest transgender communities in the world. It's the first place Dan and Diana will start their search.
Come home, please. Go to the nearest police station. Please. Please come home.
In Sydney's west, Mandy, Liz and the local police are following a lead in the search for missing 15-year-old Jade McVerry. But once again, it looks like they've been given the teenage runaround.
Do you know where she is?
No, all I heard is she was with Shannon.
Who told you that?
Ryan. Yeah.
So Ryan knows where she is, you think?
Yeah, he knows where Shannon is, and because she's with Shannon. Shannon's in Blacktown, and
It's a confusing case of conflicting information, and with her patience wearing thin, Mandy can only try to filter any relevant leads.
We're going out the back. So we know from James that Jade's with Shannon. That's fairly obvious, so we're now going to go to Shannon's address and see if she's there.
At home, Tracy can only hope for the safe return of her daughter.
Jade, we love you. Please come back. And whoever's helped her, please help her to get her back home safe and sound. Do the right thing, please.
The police have arrived at the house they've been told Jade may be hiding in. But before making an approach, they run a background check on the address.
Okay, as with any house, we don't know what's behind the front door, so better to be safe than sorry.
But no one's answering, so Mandy tries the neighbour.
How you going? I'm the St Council Girl from the Missing Persons Unit. Do you recognise this girl hanging around here at all?
No.
No? You don't know if there's anyone in there at the moment?
No, I haven't seen anybody in there for days.
It's another dead end. Jade's circle of older male friends either don't know where she is or they're doing a good job of hiding her.
At this point, we've checked all the addresses we can. There was mention that Shannon could be in the Blacktown area, so we have to head back to Parramatta and we'll make some more inquiries and just see if we can come up with that address.
It's frustrating, but as Liz and Mandy prepare to return to headquarters, suddenly there's some breaking news.
Hello? See that Fairfield? OK, keep her there, we'll be straight up. You're the best, you're good. That's the call you want to get. That was Amelia. Apparently she's got information that Jade, our missing person's at the police station with Fred.
News of the search for Jade has spread quickly through the Teenage Telegraph, and Fred, one of the older boys Jade ran off with, has brought her into the local station.
Thank you. Hello, Jade. How you going? Are you OK? It's good that you come in. Whoever brought you in, it's the right thing to do. I know you probably don't feel like that. Your sister will be ecstatic to see you. And your mum. Seriously, and we wouldn't be out there trying to find you if we didn't think, you know, you're in some sort of trouble and all that, OK? So ready to go home? We'll take you home.
Despite being clearly unhappy about being left with the police, Jade is safe and well, which will be a relief for her family.
It's heavy. You were planning on going for a while?
Last series, we brought you the story of 26-year-old New Zealand tourist Jamie Herdman. Jamie disappeared from the Northern Territory 3 years ago.
He left Broome on the 23rd of November 2006 and travelled to near Willair Roadhouse, which is in WA. And there he came across his boss and said to him that he had to leave because his pastor caught up with him.
After leaving Western Australia, Jamie turned up in the Northern Territory, but he still appeared deeply troubled.
On the 26th of November, he attended Katherine Police Station. He believed he was being followed by some New Zealand Black Power gang members.
Just days after making the report, Jamie vanished. His camper van was found abandoned at the remote outback truck stop, Daly Waters, with most of his belongings still inside.
His mobile phone was located here. There were no keys in the vehicle when it was located, but it was unlocked.
And no passport either?
No, no.
In 2008, a call to Crime Stoppers led police to Yass in regional New South Wales, where there were numerous sightings.
I wonder if you've seen this fella around the area in the last couple of months.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely him?
Yep. I'm pretty sure I seen him on the weekend at the markets they held here in town.
The guy yesterday had a crutch. That was him then.
Does that look like him?
Yeah, definitely.
But none of the sightings were ever confirmed to be Jamie. So now his dad Steve and partner Deb have made a life-changing decision. They are relocating from England to Darwin to start their own search.
We will base ourselves in Darwin, and then we don't really have too many set plans at this stage, but we are going to go yeah, just follow leads, I guess, and follow directions as they come about, and sightings, and yeah.
It's a big move, and obviously the family's looking for some form of closure with Jamie's disappearance. There was an article put in the Northern Territory News with Steve and his partner Deb, and making another appeal. There has been a number of responses to that, and whilst nothing's been substantiated yet, there are obviously further avenues of investigation that we've got open to us.
Back in New South Wales, on the case of missing transgender teenager MALISHA WOO, Dan and Diana are heading into Sydney's King's Cross.
It's very concerning in that she is really young. Being so young, taking on a really difficult path in her own life at such a young and tender age, it makes her really vulnerable and really able to be easily, I suppose, put in danger without her even realising it.
King's Cross has a reputation based on crime, drugs and prostitution, and is considered the red light capital of Australia. Before joining the police force, Dan was a youth worker and has a good understanding of troubled teenagers.
Her natural instinct is going to try and be with people that she feels comfortable being around, that don't judge her and that don't sort of treat her in a way that's going to make her feel uncomfortable or unwanted.
And it's the local police who'll be the most likely to know exactly where to start searching.
G'day, boss. We're actually looking for a missing person. Her name's MALISHA WOO. She's actually a transgender girl that we think she may gravitate towards this area. She's been gone a week, so obviously the family's getting a bit concerned.
Well, personally don't know her, but I'll have the crews have a look at show the photo around.
She's only 18, and it is out of character for her too.
We can have a look around tonight.
Yeah.
King's Cross Local Area Command, they're going to be really, really helpful. They obviously know intimately the area and all the relevant places that she may go. Hopefully tonight they'll get her as a result or some really good leads, and either way, we'll be back tomorrow.
In Sydney's King's Cross, local constables Jay Zyman and Alana Sexton have picked up the search for missing transgender teenager MALISHA WOO.
We're headed to a well-known area that transgender persons like to hang out. It's not that big of a community, so hopefully if we can have a chat to a few of them, we might be able to shed some light on the whereabouts of our young friend here.
Jay hopes that by spreading the word throughout the close-knit transgender community, MALISHA will eventually hear that police are looking for her.
We're from King's Cross Police. We're currently running an investigation into a missing person, a transgender girl that went missing over a week ago. We have serious concerns for her welfare. Her name's MALISHA. She's an 18-year-old transgender girl.
No, I haven't seen her.
You haven't seen her? Family's quite worried.
She's not in any trouble, just her parents want to know. I can't say I have.
A couple of streets up, that's where, like, the Pacific Island girls work.
Oh, OK.
2 streets up, I think it's McAllen.
Just up the road, is it?
Yeah, so I think, if anything, they might know.
They might know up that way?
Well, they might have seen her or something.
OK, no worries. Would you mind taking that? And if you've
no, not at all.
Any information, just call King's Cross Police or the Missing Persons Unit at New South Wales Police Force.
Right.
OK, thank you very much for your time.
You have a good night, okay?
You too.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
She's very young.
Yeah, she is quite young.
To be down here, I think. Okay,
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for your time. Have a good night.
That's all right. Yeah.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Oh, good, thank you.
I'm just wondering if I could show you a photo and so you could tell me if you've seen her. Her name's MALISHA. She's a 18-year-old transgender girl.
Not her there.
Pardon?
That girl there.
Which girl's that?
There's a girl just standing here, but
No,
she's not.
we had a look at that and that wasn't her.
We had a chat to her.
Yeah, it might be
very similar.
Have you tried, like, you know those places? There's a gender centre place that you can go to, because like people who don't have homes or they run away, they can go to a gender centre and they'll help them.
Thank you for your help. See you, mate. Bye.
Well, we've asked a few people around, a few transgender girls around the area. They haven't seen her. She's not working on the streets of King's Cross, which is fantastic. We've got some great information about the gender centre that we didn't previously know that we can pass on to Missing Persons Unit, and hopefully we can continue this investigation and find little MALISHA for her family.
Mia understands only too well the personal challenges Malisha may be facing.
It is a lonely road, a lonely life. It could be on your own forever. So you have to make sure you have to want it for yourself. You're doing it for yourself, for your own happiness.
In Darwin, on the case of 26-year-old missing tourist Jamie Herdman, his dad Steve with his partner Deb have finally arrived from their home in England, and they've decided to dedicate their lives to the ongoing search for Jamie.
It's just time now for us to be down here, and we're prepared to seek employment while we're here and just carry on a life in Darwin at the moment, yeah.
But before heading off to the last place Jamie was seen, they're meeting with Detective Kerry Harris from the Northern Territory's Missing Persons Unit.
See you again. How are you? Yeah, let's just drop in and say good day and see how you're getting on. As you know, the newspaper article on Tuesday has generated a number of phone calls, so I've had about 6 phone calls. As yet, unconfirmed sightings. It's good that that's happening, like it's keeping the momentum going.
Since his son went missing 3 years ago, Steve has lived every day with the grief felt by those whose loved ones have never been found.
The whole process goes in like I refer it to a roller coaster, and I don't get my hopes up too much with sightings, but deep down I do, because it's people are out there looking for them. So for us, that's a positive, and yeah.
So what are your plans from here? Do you intend to stay in Darwin for a length of time, or what's the story?
We want to get down to Daly Waters, definitely, and spend some time down there.
Yep.
Want to just retrace all the stops that Jamie made, which we've been able to establish through his FPOS transaction. So just ask around, spend a bit of time with the locals, and no such thing as a time limit. We're here until we feel it's time that we've done everything we can at this stage in the search for Jamie.
Back in Sydney, runaway 15-year-old Jade McVerry is returned home to her family.
It's just that we can. How worried I've been. Darling, I've been everywhere. Look for you. Oh, no. You don't know what a relief it is. Very pleased don't ever do it again, Jade. You Jade, you can. You do it again, are you, Jade? I won't. Promise. Cuddle. You had your sister worried, you had me, Nana's been worried, all your aunties, everybody. Okay? I hope these guys stay right away. I hope they've been talked to just stay right away.
But it's unclear who was responsible for bringing Jade into the police station. So Mandy's prepared to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Look, they did the right thing by taking us straight in.
Yeah, I appreciate
so
that.
I guess you give them credit for that.
But, you know, she just has to realise that we love her, and that's just everything we do is for her own benefit, for her own good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're welcome. I never thought that.
Oh, that's the result you want. Plenty of tears, but like happy tears for a change, and it's good, and we wish them all the best. I think they've got a long road, but I think they'll get there. There's plenty of love and support in that family, and that's what you need, and that's what they got, so.
In Sydney on day 2 in the search for transgender teenager MALISHA WOO, Dan's following up a lead given to King's Cross Police the night before.
They've given us actually the name and address of a support service, which is something that would really be appropriate for MALISHA to perhaps attend, or maybe they might know of where she would go. G'day, how are you going? We've actually got a missing person that you guys may or may not be able to help us out with.
The Gender Centre offers support and information to the gay and transgender community and may provide clues to MALISHA's whereabouts.
That's a picture of her. Basically, she's been missing for about the last 8 days.
She's not known to me. She's definitely not one of my clients. As case manager, I'm aware of all the clients coming through the service. But that doesn't necessarily mean that she won't be known to some of the girls that come through.
With your experience, where would someone normally go in this situation if they were going to run away?
From a young person's perspective, if they run, they usually run to their mates.
Yeah.
Or they'll tragically run to the city.
For all your help.
As word of Malisha's disappearance is spread throughout the transgender community, her mother begs for her return.
Please come home, please. We missed you, Malisha. Especially your sister and your brother.
Nearby, Constables Ted and Mandy have picked up the breaking case of missing 55-year-old Dennis Hale.
He's come up to Sydney to see his dad. He's come up to look after his dad. He's been up for about a week and a half. He has gone to the pub. He's told his father he's gone to the pub and he hasn't come back. He's been missing for about 2 days now. So we're going to go to visit the family. It's unusual for someone to go missing like this in these sort of circumstances, especially if he's there to look after his dad.
Dennis's elderly father has been living in the same home for 70 years. And rather than cause the distress of relocating him, Dennis has been regularly travelling 2 hours from his own home to care for him.
You're Douglas? It's unusual, isn't it?
Oh, he's a very caring man, very helpful to his children, very caring for me. It's only a matter of a phone call, and he'd be down here, and really got me because we were so close. We never argued or anything.
Since he disappeared, Dennis's wife has been caring for Douglas, and she fears the worst.
I think something terrible's happened to him. Because he wouldn't leave his dad. Wouldn't leave his dad at all.
It turns out, during the days leading up to his disappearance, Dennis had been behaving strangely.
Monday he took me over to get a haircut. Anyway, he said on Sunday, he said, Dad, he said, I was thinking, make it easy, we'll go tomorrow morning, Monday morning, and have a haircut. Then we'll come home and I'll take you over to the doctor's on the Wednesday.
Sounded like he brought everything forward because he was planning on going somewhere, do you think? Is that...
He did say that to me. He did have a bit of a different look on his face, whether he knew that he wasn't coming back and that. I didn't ask him at the time when he came.
But just hours before going missing, Dennis made contact with a trusted friend.
He wanted to talk to her about me. Coming down to visit me so often. That was at 3:30 on Monday. Hey, what's that, Veronica, isn't it?
So Veronica's an old friend of his? Or?
Yeah, old friend of the family's.
Thank you very much, and thank you.
As Ted and Mandy head off to speak to Veronica, Douglas blames himself for his son's disappearance.
If you've had enough, well, I understand that. And you're always so good and so caring, but if only I can get one phone call or something to say where you are, I'd feel a lot better and I'd sort of carry on, do the best I could from there onwards. Thank you, son. God bless you.
Three 3,500 kilometres away, Steve and Deb are travelling to Daly Waters in the Northern Territory.
Probably a lot of mixed emotions today. It's always hard coming back here because this is the last sort of area that Jamie was seen in. But Daly Waters definitely holds a key in this whole mystery, and that's why we're here again, I guess.
With a population of 30, it's little more than a truck stop halfway between Darwin and Alice Springs. And this is the last place Steve's son Jamie was seen after reporting to police that a New Zealand gang was following him.
Hey, Al. How you doing?
Oh, g'day, Steve. How are you, mate?
Back again?
Yeah, back to the good country, eh?
Good to see you. This is my partner, Deb.
Steve hopes local publican Al Hoxima will help keep Jamie's memory alive and the search for his son going.
We just sort of feel that this place, being the last place that Jamie was seen alive, could hold a lot of answers. I guess,
I think someone would know in the area or
you
something
really
like
do,
that.
you know. That's been our plea right from the start, that we feel that somebody knows something. Yeah. We've just got these new posters. I know you were really great and let us put these on the window.
Oh, right.
Can we just put one of those up with sort of...
No problem, mate.
Is that okay if we do that?
Put them on...
If we just leave
Put them on both entrances, mate, and you can leave some with us and we'll distribute them, whatever.
Appreciate that, Al.
You're welcome here any time and we'll do what we can.
Steve's hoping that by visiting the place Jamie last set up camp, it may provide some clues towards his son's disappearance.
Jamie had driven in, bought a drink from the shop, and then driven down here, and this is where his van was, just right against that fence. Jamie had just nudged his van right in there. Wasn't noticed for a day or two, and then staff noticed it and thought they'd better come down and check it out, and the keys weren't in it, but everything else was intact. And for some reason, he's just disappeared off the face of the earth from the spot. He wouldn't have just wandered off, or I don't really think that he would have hitchhiked away from here and just left all his worldly possessions behind, because he could still be around this area. We don't know.
So, Unit 2.
Ted and Mandy have tracked down Veronica.
Is that Veronica?
The last person 55-year-old Dennis Hale contacted before he vanished.
He rang
me, yeah, at 3:31.
What, on Monday?
On Monday.
And what did he say when he rang you?
He asked me if I could help him with his dad. He wanted to go home, and he's been consistently here on and off now for 2 years. He said, look, I'm running out of cash. The phone might cut out. Straight away, I guessed, you're in a phone box.
Would it be a case of this is getting on top of me a little bit, I need help, sort of?
That's why he rang me and asked me if I'd do it for him, and I said yes, I would.
But would he go back home without ringing family? Like, that doesn't sound like him either.
This is not him. Yeah. He is not a big drinker. He'll come and meet us, have 2 drinks and disappear. He'll go, he'll say, I've got to go, I've got to do this for Dad or do that for Dad. And he's been doing that for a couple of years, and I think he's tired.
It's tiring, it is.
He is tired.
Veronica has no further leads, but it seems that Dennis has reached an emotional breaking point. It's important Ted and Mandy find him before the stress becomes overwhelming. In Sydney, Ted and Mandy are canvassing a local pub that missing man Dennis Hale regularly visits.
We've got a person who's missing, Dennis Hale. Comes to this pub a bit. He's a local from the area. He's moved away.
Yeah, I know him.
You recognise him?
Yeah, I know him.
Oh, is that Neil?
It's a good lead. And another customer confirms that Dennis has been here recently.
Dennis Hale.
Oh, yes. I went to school with this bloke, yeah.
He's been missing for the last 2 days.
Oh, God.
So his dad's a bit upset. His wife's quite upset.
Geez, that's strange of him, because he's very a concerned person, you know, about his father and that.
Yeah.
Mate, I wouldn't, like I said, the last time I seen him was in the hotel.
Yeah, OK. When was that?
3 or 4 days.
About 3 or 4 days ago,
3 or 4 days ago,
And
okay.
he was all right then.
OK.
Yeah.
Just if you see anything or hear anything, it'd be really good, yeah. He's not in trouble. He might not want to be seen. He might want to have a break and stay away from everyone, but... You know, we need to see him, make sure that he's
okay.
OK.
Mate. If I see him, I'll tell him to get in contact with you straight away.
That'll be really good.
Oh, you shocked me, Dad.
Unusual for him?
Unusual for him, because he does look after his dad. You know, this is very, very strange for him to be missing for 2 days, I'll tell you that.
OK.
Steve Herdman has relocated from his home in England in the 3-year search for his son, Jamie. But now he's facing the harsh realities of finding any further clues in the wild expanse of the Australian outback.
But I've wandered around all through all this area, and you start looking at mound dirt and bloody...
Yeah, but
you can imagine, where do you start looking?
Yeah, exactly,
Like,
I can.
I've wandered all out the roads, and I spent a whole day wandering around, and then I realised, you can't do this.
No.
I just sort of think, oh, well, he's been here, you know, he could have walked across that road and just... Yeah. A funny feeling. It's just all these little niggly things that there's just no answers to. It's just an ongoing sort of a mystery.
It is.
It's just a mystery.
All that Steve can hope for now is that the missing persons posters he's left in the local watering hole will jog someone's memory.
Just appealing to anyone out there that was in the Daily Waters area on the 30th of November, 006, please come forward so that we can find our boy.
Steve will never stop looking for Jamie. If you have any further information about the disappearance of Jamie Herdman, please call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. The next morning on the case of Dennis Hale, Ted's uncovered information that leads him to a hotel in the Strathfield area.
Strathfield Hotel, Tui speaking.
G'day, it's Constable By from the Missing Persons Unit. Do you know of a Dennis Hale, if he's been staying there? His family's reported him missing.
Dennis Hale, I'll just have a check through the...
Thank you.
Yeah, there is a Hale in right now.
There is there?
Yeah.
Is he at the place now, or...?
Well, he was booked in on Tuesday night and Wednesday night.
We'll try and get down there as quick as we can. If you can try and sort of delay him. We're hoping he'll still be in the hotel when we get there. It depends. He might not want to go back to his family. He might want to have some more time out. If we tell him how upset they are, I think he'll want to go and see them, but we'll see how we go.
As soon as they arrive at the hotel, Ted spots someone who looks like Dennis. But is this their man?
Dennis.
Dennis.
Hello.
Mandy and Ted have finally found him, 2 days after he disappeared while caring for his elderly father.
Can we sit down and react?
Your dad's a bit concerned. I'm guessing you just needed some time out.
Part of the problem is I've got nobody else to fall back on. I was just falling apart.
So everything's on top of you, you need some time for you. We figured that, we talked about there, so we thought it's a lot to come back up, travel and be responsible for someone when you love them so much.
It's a common scenario faced by many families. What to do when loved ones become too elderly and frail to care for themselves.
I just can't keep my family down there and him up here.
You've got to split yourself in two.
I can't do it.
You know.
I've run out of it. That was where I fell apart. If you want to let him know I'm fine, I'm fine.
You don't want to see him?
Not at the moment, if you don't mind.
No.
It's not an offence to go missing, so police can't make Dennis go home.
So we're going to go and talk to his family, let them know that he's okay, and he's going to be in touch with them soon.
Nearby, there's also good news for the family of MALISHA WOO, who's been missing for 9 days.
She was actually seen on a train by her brother, and her brother's actually convinced her to go home. So she's actually gone home overnight, which is just a fantastic outcome for us.
Morning, sir.
G'day, Abu. How you doing? Malisha's home?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Famous Malisha, how are you? Daniel Higgins, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah? Were you just staying with, like, mates or...?
Yeah, just some friends.
Yeah? Excellent. They were looking after you? Yeah. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feel very happy now, you know.
Yeah. They were really worried about you, hey? Like, so it's really good that you came home. Was there anything or any reasons that you took off that you want to talk about, or not really? Okay.
MALISHA faces more challenges than most adolescents. So Dan passes on the information they discovered about the support systems that are available.
Because we went to a heap of different places looking for you. One of them was called the Gender Centre. That's just some information about that place. That's just for you, if you want to have a read over it. It's probably something really good if you just want someone to talk to, or other people like, in similar situations. They're like the experts. All right. On that, I'll leave you to it. Thank you. Really good. Nice to meet you, hey. Really, really wrapped. We've been able to give MALISHA some really good information for her so that she can go out and develop her own social network and help deal with the problems that she's obviously dealing with. Can't get a better result than that, and we're just really thrilled it's worked out well.
Ted and Mandy are returning to see Douglas with news of his son, Dennis Hale.
Want a hand?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, thanks.
Yeah, we found him. He's well.
Oh, thanks, Happy now? Oh, thank you all. You're a great team. Oh, geez, I don't know how to thank you all. That's amazing. And he's all right, isn't he?
He's fine. He just said he just wants some time. He's going to get the train today back down to Bundanoon, and then he said he's going to give you a call.
Oh, God.
So he's sorry to stress you out, but I think he just felt like he needed it for himself, just some time.
Oh, I can understand that because he's got his family down at Bundanoon. He's down here with me all the time and that. And great caring person, helps everybody and that. And
Forgets about himself.
yeah, well, that's it. They know it's all help for everybody and that.
He's worried about you.
He's not angry
I'm going to
or
look at
anything.
some, maybe some community nursing and give him some numbers that he can call. I mean, it is hard. You like this house. You want to stay here.
Geez, that's... thank you all ever so much. You're amazing. In the short time it all happened in. Oh, blimey. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Certainly can.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
I appreciate it.
That's all right. Obviously, Dennis he's quite stressed out in his life at the moment, and this is his answer. It's just to take some time out. So I don't think he should be in trouble, really, you know, from his family and you guys. He just didn't know what to do. So.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
You take it easy. Look after yourself. Okay. I hope you feel better soon. Okay. Thank you. See you later. God bless you too.
Bye now.
Ta-da.
Every year, over 35,000 people are reported missing in Australia. Have you seen Christine Redford, last seen in Adelaide's Kensington Gardens in 1998? And Peter Murphy, who went missing from Alice Springs in 2008. If you have any information, please call 1800 333 000.